Boy, when you find love, you can't help it. My goodness, you spend your last dollar. You drive from here to Montego Bay, you may even fly to Florida. Just to have you. Boy, I did. For all the years I had with you. Jump through the rain and the snow. Nothing I own. Give up my life, my heart, my home. You know, when I was a little boy. A little boy, I think I was maybe about 14. One of these days, I'll tell you a story about a girl I met named Simone. Oh, Simone, they call it puppy love. CJ, you know anything about puppy love? Everything I own, my goodness, I get my lunch money and can't eat. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been so in love that you can't even eat your food? Top of the night to you at 24 after 7. Welcome. Welcome, Jamaica. Welcome, New York. Let's see what's online. Spooky. Anna Beer, good night to you. My friend Skinout. Good night, Skinout. Under me. Oh, goodness gracious me, Skinout under me. J. Timoy. By the way, J. Timoy, I saw you yesterday. Not many of my listeners I get a chance to meet, but I met J. Timoy. Wonderful girl. Thank you so much. And I got my hug. J. Oh, J. Timoy, you hug me, boy. Oh, girl, oh my goodness, what a hug. Wow. I wished you would have just hang on a little more there. Oh my goodness, wow. Fantastic girl you are, yeah? Best wishes on your studies, you know? I'm coming back for another hug tomorrow, all right? Top of the night to you, J. Timoy. Bye-bye. Right, Kevin Bennett, how you do, sir? Are you in Spanish Town? Can you buy me 2 trunk back? Can you buy me 2 trunk back, Kevin? I've one little move to make over the weekend. I need 2 trunk back, man. I've one little ends, Kevin. 1, 2 trunk back. All right, sir. Boy, go and mash one little crack one little thing, you know. Trunk back. Me too, trunk back. I tell you, the back getting a little weak, man. Back weak. No, sir, because wait till Christmas, man. You don't understand me, say this weekend the thing are going. And this weekend the thing are going, man. Part, how you doing? Julia Carey, hi! You already know Julia's Julia. Julia girl, I tell you. Alright, so you link me tomorrow with the 2 trunk back, alright? Need it before 12 o'clock. The thing are going 1, here? 1 at I'm gonna need it for 1 o'clock. Jumping over to Spanish Town, turn around and Up down to halfway tree, Constant, Springwater, Fling, downtown Kingston. Hey, Lulu, you're in the Coronation Market. Fantastic girls, Kelly and Drop. Yes, Julia, 10 to 10:15. No. 1 to 1:15. 15 minutes, them say. 15 minutes. Yeah. You have to wrap it up in 15 minutes. By the way, I hear that business is slow over in Portmore Back Road. Don't know what is happening, but business gone down. The prices are low. The prices are low and the businesses are down. I tell you, boy, it will build back up soon. You can bet that. Bet your bottom dollar. That's the oldest profession in the world, you know. By the way, Chops, how you doing, sir? Haven't spoken to you in a while. What's happening? Night to Chops Media. All right, let's. Hurricane Special. I understand they are I understand that they are combos. Combos. Thoughts on Buji? So many people have tuned in to ask what thoughts I have on the Buju situation. All right, enough of that. We are navigating a very treacherous time, and everybody have something to say. That's all right. It is expected that you know, everyone is going to say something. I implore you though to temper your expectations and exercise patience. Some of the questions that you have ought to be asked of God, because He is the one that knows all. And the reason why I'm telling you to temper your expectations is because it is a very, very difficult time. The magnitude of the crisis demands that expectations be tempered, be measured. Because while the government will have to take responsibility to respond, the government have a responsibility to respond. It's a shared burden. And this catastrophe requires our collective understanding and forbearance, which is why I have pointed out that the political stock of Golden is going to be affected by his behavior over the last 2 weeks. Caroline, do I have anyone online? I could probably suspend this a little and take them up. You know, I promised that I would take my callers at 7:30. Are they on? Or do you want me to get through this first? Talk to me.
Go ahead, Mabel.
All right, great. Let us not be swayed, you see, by the siren song of misinformation. It is deliberate. The fear-mongering. There are some people in Jamaica that are trying to make the crisis worse than it is. And it is repulsive. It is a repugnant behavior. Yeah? There is not one person in Jamaica going to their bed tonight hungry because of the flood. No, there is sufficient food on the island to reach these people. It's fear-mongering and making people believe as if somehow the government is not doing enough for them. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Quite frankly, I have looked at this today, and I don't see anywhere, anyhow, that the government could have done better than they are doing right now. Excuse me. There are constraints of logistics, constraints of resources and circumstances. And there is no deliberate attempt. I heard Miss Diane Jackson Miller with a tirade. I was around the plate for you tonight, but then I said, you know what? Sure, leave that alone. There is no deliberate attempt to withhold help. Rather, what we see is a Herculean effort to restore order and rebuild our nation. And brothers and sisters, we must appreciate the complexity of the task at hand. Processes, though often frustrating, are in place to ensure fairness, accountability, and efficiency. Let us not sacrifice these virtues at the altar of haste. A storm is a natural disaster, and it has wrought havoc upon the land. We cannot, in good conscience, blame the government for the tempest. You can't blame government for that. The fear, man. You can't blame the government. So the government must do snap a finger and build back the houses, clear the roads. Come on. The storm was an act of nature. The response is an act of man. And man is going to be slower than nature. You don't expect that a wind, wholeness must blow a wind and put back things together. What we can demand is a robust response. And that is precisely what the government is striving to deliver. Yes, there are delays. There's anxiety. And there may even be suffering. I see the Gleaner posting a pregnant mother. These are situations that is not alarming. You think it is alarming or strange that people die in a disaster? What do we? The house burned down and the furniture must be spared. That's a miracle. Have you ever heard of a plane falling out of the sky and the passengers survive? The last time it happened, one man came out alive. All now they think it's a conspiracy theory. It don't happen. When you have a disaster, people suffer. We're not happy that they are suffering. So what is posting that a woman is pregnant? She's pregnant. And there is a storm. She's pregnant. The baby have to go born. It's nothing to be alarmed about. Well, we're surprised. We're surprised that one woman, one lady pregnant. You know, this. I tell you the truth. I tell you, you know, hold on there. You see, hold on. Let's run a little piece of this Terry Linen pan you on this Friday here and see if we can pick up that story and tell you a little bit about it. I'm coming to you there, all of you. Coming to you. Mandeville, my friends in Mandeville. Oh, wonderful to have you. I love you, Mandeville. Grove Place, no disgrace. New Green, you're on the scene. Well, when your legs don't... Battersea. Oh, my girl in Battersea. Love long time I don't see you, you know, Battersea. Long time, yeah. Oh, I used to pass through Battersea, you know. Oh, the girl at the shop. Girl at the shop. Stop and buy a box drink and just to see you. Oh, what a day. Christina, you're in Olava Bay. Well, nice. You're a nice girl. My girl, you melt my heart, you know. You melt. Oh, girl, you melt my heart. It's a Friday. Let's have some fun on this program. Oh, let's lock them down. Christina, Christina, you melt my heart, girl. When your legs don't work like you make my little heart go bam bam. Tupa tupa tup. Oh, I feel like I would have drink a dragon. Bartender, you can give me 2 dragon. Give my friend CJ Fabulous 1 too. I still smile for every single day. My friend Mr. Vegas, you're under pressure, man. When your legs don't work like they used to be. When you're standing up on your feet, you stand up on your feet, Mr. Robert Over. And I can't sweep you out of your feet. I tell you. No, this is Mr. Vegas. Mr. Caroline, make me talk to Mr. Vegas one of these nights. Vegas, boy, I tell you, he's carrying the fire. Man, you're drunk, you know, Vegas, you're drunk. You're drunk. And I can't sweep you out of your feet. Right. This is Mr. Vegas. My goodness, I want to sweep a girl off their feet. I don't have the lyrics anymore when I was younger. Big up, Mr. Vegas. When your legs don't work like they used to before. And I can't. All right, so the Gleaner say pregnant and homeless. Listen, guys, it's not surprising. Why are we making it sound as if to say somehow these things are not expected? It's a difficult situation. Yes, I understand that. We're not happy. We empathize. We sympathize. Those of us who are in Kingston, in St. Catherine, we empathize with the people down there in Westmoreland. But we never cause the storm to blow upon them. We never do that. It's a hurricane, a category 5. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be some struggles and some suffering. You can't blame that on government. All right? What could the government have done to stop the storm from coming? The storm come. You cannot reasonably expect that having a storm, you're not going to have setbacks. It's not a news. It's not news that a girl is pregnant in a storm and she ought to have baby. That's not news. So the storm makes she get pregnant. She was pregnant before the storm. What are you talking about? Yes? And not because she have a baby means not because she pregnant mean that somehow, you know, yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can help her. Yes? Out of the situation. But I know we put her in the situation. I know the storm is not. Yeah, come on. You know, we amplifying these things as if to say somehow, right? You want to blame the government that she's pregnant? Yeah, she's pregnant and she's gonna have to give birth. Some way have to be found, guys. Some way have to be found. They soon said, the prime minister make her pregnant. Boy, I tell you something, these people are ridiculous. Yeah, there is going to be some amount of displacement. There's going to be some amount of struggle because the storm came. You know, why are we, it's not news. It's not she alone down there pregnant. I can bet you there are several others pregnant. As a matter of fact, since the storm, some get pregnant. Since the storm, some have gotten pregnant. Okay, so there is going to be some setback, and there will be suffering too. You know, they're going to be suffering. Don't think that they're not. It's not news. Don't be surprised that people are going to suffer. People are going to suffer. All right. And those of you who are questioning this, let me tell you this. If you believe the Bible, that God sent a flood that, well, may sound too brutal, but guys, just relax. There's going to be some setbacks. There's going to be some delays. There's going to be some harsh realities that will have to be faced because of what happened. So let's not lose sight of the government's determination to restore what they have not pulled up. What the government is trying to do is to build back what they have not mashed up. Is the storm mash it up? You can't blame the government for that. Yes, I know government mash up your house. I know government blow down your farm. I know government take off your roof. I know government mash up the hospital. What the government is doing is trying. Oh my God, people. And you hear them all over the media spouting a bag of rubbish. We should all pause and support the efforts of the government to put people's lives back. Right? Yeah, and the government make you get pregnant, miss. And then the government send the storm so that it's causing you inconvenience. Every little thing that you get, be thankful for it, because you could have died. The storm could have taken your lives. You have your life. You've left with your life. Yeah? And what the government is trying to do is to give you a hand to put back your life together. It's not the government responsibility to put back your life together, you know. Folks, no. Thomas Jefferson had this definition of government. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men were created equal, that they were endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among them the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that it is to secure these rights why government exists. It is not the government's responsibility to build back your house. No. In this democracy, where governments over the years have taken on a little bit too much too. Yes, and when you have a society that has been taught irresponsibility, may I tell you that some of the people who are suffering tonight are suffering because they were irresponsible. Not all of them. Some of them are suffering because of their own irresponsibility. It's true. And now they are expecting that somehow their lives are to be put back together in weeks. How could you build back 50,000 homes in 2 weeks? Can't happen. Can't happen at all. Right? And so I urge you to reject the poisonous rhetoric of those who are trying to sow discord and division. Reject it. Understand what is before us. Yeah? Understand that there are limitations that government have. Government can't just do everything. There are limitations. And while the process continues, there are going to be inconveniences. I think that we would be better served to rally behind the efforts, which is why I will have no comment on the Buju Banton saga. That's raw meat for some other people, not for me. Because you have to see beyond the news. But there's no news there, you know. There's kas. And that doesn't serve us. Things that appeal to emotions are always popular. But on this program, we deal with logic. We have no time to get involved with that story. Because I don't see any story to be involved in. Yeah? Let us rally behind the efforts of the government, offering patience and understanding and support. And those who are peddling fear, what are the limitations the government has? It just don't have enough. It just don't have enough money, sir. Do we have 8 billion United States dollars in Jamaica? Do we have it? So you don't think that there are limitations? We have $8 billion. That's number one. You want to know the others? Send the moderator a request and she'll put you up. And let me take you to school. Those who are peddling fear and misinformation are making the situation no better. We must tell the people the truth. You are going to have delays. There is going to be inconvenience. Your hospital can blow down. If your hospital blow down, what the government must do? Build up a hospital there in 2 weeks? It can't build a hospital in 2 weeks, guys. If the school roof come off, the people them can't go to school. That is just the reality of the disaster. If the school don't have no roof and the school mash up, what the people them to go? Where must they go to school? They're gonna have to wait. And while they wait, try and get them involved in some educational activity. And the Ministry of Education will have to look at the process going forward and see how you can make up for the time. The inflammatory rhetoric is not helping, eh? So let us cut that out. You know, Jamaicans are resilient and strong, you know. They have to I really think that the collective capacity of our people will eventually overcome. But 2 weeks in, let's not be too hard on ourselves, man. We have not done bad at all. Not done bad at all. The relief is getting to the people, and people are going to get their lives together as soon as possible. Let's have the callers, Caroline. Who you have online there? Caroline? Okay. Hello?
Yes, neighbor.
Who do we have?
Just a moment. We don't have anyone who sent a request as yet, but I can always send invite.
No, I see 2 people online though. Do you see them?
No.
Okay, well, my end is showing me too. Let me see if they want to say anything. I've just picked them up. Punsi, good night. Hello, Punsi. No, it's Punsi. It's Punsi. Oh yeah, it's Punsi. Good night. And Carmelita, easy. Hello, Carmelita. She's not there. She's not there either. All right. All right. Okay. Let me get to this. Hold on there. Mr. Crawford, he was on CVM TV. I think yesterday.
Satisfied is a hard term because I think time must be allowed, and it's not. There will be a day.
All right. Okay. Do we have anyone there? No. Not there as yet. All right. So yeah. So the point we want to make is that we have to be reasonable, and we have to exercise some patience in the whole process of recovery. As we partner, government partnering with the citizens of Jamaica in this rebuilding effort, and peddling fear and misinformation really does not help the process at all. We're inviting our callers to send requests and come up and talk with us. We want to give you some time tonight. Do we have anyone yet? No. No one yet? No. All right, callers. Okay, your time. All right.
To review the government's actions, but I don't think the response so far in education in your sector. Are you satisfied with what's happening, and what, if anything, do you want to see? Satisfied is a hard term because I think time must be allowed, and it's not. There will be a day to review the government's actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government and we also make public. However, I think that.
All right, so Mr. Crawford is suggesting that the People's National Party is drafting a plan to submit to the government. Now, the hurricane has been too.
There will be a day to review the government's actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government.
Caroline. So 2 weeks into the hurricane, the People's National Party don't yet have a plan. That's what Mr. Crawford is admitting. They are still drafting a plan. Now, how is it that the opposition is criticizing the government when they don't have a plan. I wonder if Mr. Crawford is listening to himself.
Its actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government and will also make public. However, I think that the
People's National Party is drafting a plan that they will submit to the government and make public. The hurricane blew 2 weeks ago. How long you plan going to take? Now, those people, you see, who are criticizing the government need to listen to this. Listen to Mr. Crawford. The PNP, they have no plan. They have no plan. And if you doubted that, listen again.
Response so far in education in your sector, are you satisfied with what's happening, and what, if anything, do you want to see? Satisfied is a hard term because I think time must be allowed, and it's not. There will be a day to review the government's actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government and will also make public. However, I think that the general approach have been grandstanding by the government almost.
Hold on.
General approach have been grandstanding to the government, and the party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government.
So the People's National Party don't have no plan. Well, at least they don't have the plan yet. But they are drafting it. So after 2 weeks of a crisis, the PNP don't have no plan. They're writing the plan. And they are going to submit the plan to the government. When? When, Mr. Crawford? How long from today will the plan take to be completed? I find this incredulous. They're calling for committees. They're making criticisms. They're in Parliament running up their mouth, making up all of a noise. And a major player in the People's National Party is admitting on CVM that the party don't have any plan. They don't have a recovery plan. They don't have no ideas yet. They are still drafting it. And remember now, when you draft something, that's not the final document, you know. You may your draft may go through several processes. Yeah? Did he say drafting or writing? Let's listen.
The People's National Party is drafting our own plan.
Yeah, they're drafting the plan. That people say that they have a plan that they are to put up. They're just at the draft phase. I'd like to ask Mr. Crawford, who is drafting the plan? Because he never said he's drafting it. He said the PNP. No, who in the PNP is drafting the plan? What stage are you with the plan? Have you completed stage 1? Have you put out the first draft? Has it yet been reviewed by the shadow cabinet? Mr. Crawford? Is it you that is drafting the plan, sir? And what do you know about disaster recovery and disaster management to draft the plan? Has the PNP employed technocrats, professionals, to help them with the drafting of this plan? I'd like to hear a little bit more of this draft plan that the PNP said that they have. Is Mr. Crawford serious, or he's just trying to answer a question that do not look like him not have no answer. Because how can you be 2 weeks in to a major disaster and the opposition is drafting a plan?
Well, neighbor, it's not the first we're hearing that concept, within this year. Because if we take to the US elections, we've heard of concept of a plan.
There was a concept of a plan. Yeah, but Harry, what is this that we are hearing from Mr. Crawford? How could the PNP be drafting a plan, and we are more than 2 weeks after an election, the opposition still cannot agree on a plan?
Well, it follows. Remember, we asked the other night what kind of leadership we're expecting from the opposition, and they have been consistent with, and hear me out when I say consistent. Looking back at the election, they did not have plans and goals to achieve. What they did was piggyback off what the government said they're going to do. For example, the 3.5 that came in with 1 or 2 weeks remaining in the election, all right? And it's a similar thing we're seeing now. So when you ask the question, what kind of leadership we're seeing from the opposition, I think right now it has answered that. They've given us the answer plain and straight.
No, but I have to play it again for my listener because I find it disappointing.
Or in education, in your sector, are you satisfied with what's happening, and what, if anything, do you want to see?
Satisfied is a hard term because I think time must be allowed, and it's not. There will be a day to review the government's actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government, and we
right. So the People's National Party is drafting our own plan. Plan to what?
But neighbor,
are they drafting to be submitted? Because hold on, if the government is going to even consider the plan that the PNP has, then they need the plan, Mr. Crawford. They need the plan now. Now is the critical stage. So what the cabinet has met 3 times since the hurricane? We need to see the plan, and we have been asking about the PNP's response. And all now we can't hear anything concrete. And now Mr. Crawford is saying that the plan is being drafted. How long the plan is going to take to be finished? Go ahead, sir.
And okay, Harry, you're going?
No, you can go ahead, Casey. You can go ahead, man.
Yes. The thing is, Mr. Crawford,
Casey, before you go, wouldn't you expect that if the PNP was serious about providing solutions 2 weeks into a hurricane, Casey, that they would have put something on the table already? They can't be just drafting it.
yes, they would have put something on the table if they wanted to help, or if they had known how to help. And
then hold on here, Casey. How would the PNP would have
after hurricane, pardon me?
How would the PNP respond if they were government, if they don't have a plan?
I don't know, never. Only the PNP knows, and the PNP are not government, so they don't have to have a plan. All they need to do is all they want to do is create chaos for political mileage. And that's what they are doing. And Damien Crawford, now based on what I'm seeing, he's trying to take a different road from what the entire party is taking, because he's trying to build his repertoire. He don't have to lick boot bottom now. He is a member of parliament, an elected representative, and the PNP can't just kick him aside. And he is trying to be understanding, trying to look civil to us, the well-thinking people of Jamaica, and at the same time trying to give the impression as if the PNP is carefully drafting something that may be better than what the JLP has. But the thing is, he put his foot in his mouth again, because if you're just drafting a plan 2 weeks after the hurricane, then we don't need your plan. Your plan will not save anything nor help. Unless you're an architect. Unless you're an architect and you're drafting a plan how to build back houses on those sea coasts that a Category 5 hurricane can't blow down. We don't want to know anything about your plan. You can keep that plan.
But Casey,
or is it an education plan he's talking about?
but here's the problem as well. How can you be drafting a plan, but you didn't review the government's plan? So how can your plan be better if you don't review your opposition?
That's where I was going next. The PNP don't act as if they are opposition, as if they are playing a supporting cast. The PNP act as if they are the government and they want to govern. What they want to do is to give the government directive. Then they have their bottom feeders and bloggers and journalists who would come out and said, why didn't the Prime Minister did what the PNP asked to do? Because that's basically what was going on. What is going on? Because PNP bloggers, supporters and journalists are asking today, why didn't the Prime Minister made the committee that the opposition leader requested, as if the opposition leader is supposed to govern the country and the Prime Minister follow? If you want to help the country, you need to jump on whatever committee the government put up to help the country if you want to be a part of helping, because the government is governing and that's the committee we are going with, because it's a government who matter.
Yeah.
It's
Casey,
a government
you are the political analyst here. Don't you think, Casey, that Damien is probably positioning himself to run for leader of the People's National Party?
I said as much. He may be not ready, but what he's doing is rebranding himself. If you hear his tone, and here he's trying to show that he understands what is going on, because the PNP are not showing that they are ready to govern. The behavior that the PNP are showing and the level of panic is telling the Jamaican people, is frightening to the Jamaican people. The Jamaican people must be saying, oh, it's a good thing we didn't put them in power.
Yes.
Damien Crawford is trying to show a different demeanor.
Yes.
If you listen keenly, play his tape again so the listeners can understand what I'm saying.
The response so far in education in your sector, are you satisfied with what's happening, and what, if anything, do you want to see?
Satisfied is a hard term, because I think time must be allowed, and it's not. There will be a day to review the government's actions, but I don't think today is the day. The People's National Party is drafting our own plan that we will submit to the government, and we'll also.
There you go, Casey. He has more to say, but we can pick that up later.
Yes. And also, as far as education is concerned, we would have already have an education plan working with. This is a disaster that we wouldn't have planned for in the event of planning, of making an education bill or an education plan. So if we have an education, there would be affected school and affected community. All we have to do is delay school until we delay classes until we fix these school, or if we can pitch tent and to accommodate teachers and students to have classes we do. What kind of plan? There's no grand plan or master plan. We will just have to rebuild before we go back to regular schools. And some things is simple and they try to put it in a certain context just to get political mileage, or just to seem as if they are thinking. What's there to plan?
Yeah. Okay, Harry?
You think, yes, but don't you think, neighbor and Casey, that they're just trying to be relevant? You know, when they don't have anything of substance to say.
That's exactly what I just said.
And I said every and any publicity, whether it be good or bad, is still publicity. because I think they've up
For an
it
opposition,
a
it is.
notch. I think they've up it a notch in their performance. So when you had to audition and know that they're trying to go on Broadway, I
Yes.
think no, they're upping the performance fully much.
Yes. It's pure theatrics.
But I also want to see, what their vloggers and bloggers, the well-paid vloggers and bloggers, right? What they're going to come with now, because this is a story that they've also now put their foot in their mouth, and you can't run with that. Because if you spend the last 2 weeks bashing the government, saying that you're not going with them and all manner of crap, right? But you yourself have nothing to show. Make it make sense.
Let's listen a little bit more to Mr. Crawford.
Public. However, I think that the general approach have been grandstanding by the government almost.
The general approach, KC, has been grandstanding by the government.
Well, the government have been working more than they have talking. The opposition are the one doing the grandstanding. The opposition are the one doing the theatrics, crying in front of camera and all. The opposition are the one claiming there are 25 dead bodies in a particular constituency, and we can't find those 25 bodies up until now. So who is grandstanding?
Uh-huh.
Say that we are
Your
there,
Highness, welcome.
and not necessarily to say that there is an issue here and we want to fix it.
So, because they are saying, hey, I mean, listening to Dr. Kassan Truth there.
All right. Your Highness, go ahead. Hello?
Your Highness, could you please unmute?
Maybe he's not ready yet.
Yeah, man,
He's
I'm
ready
ready.
now.
Okay.
Go ahead. Hi, sir.
I'm saying good night, neighbor, good night to the panel, and good night to the listeners and viewers out in TikTok.
Good night, good night, Your Highness.
So you asked Casey a very imperative question just now. If Damian will ever be the leader of the People's National Party. That's a very good question that you pose right there. But I'm just here, just neighbor, to say that Damian Crawford will be a leader in time to come, but not the People's National Party. That will happen when he crosses the aisle. And that is coming very soon.
Hold on. You are saying Crawford is going to join?
I will repeat that. I said Damian will become a leader, but not a leader of the People's National Party. That will only happen when he crosses the aisle over to the Grand Jamaica Labour Party. I say that to say this. A lot of times we hear the noise, but it's not the noise that we listen to in the market,
Yeah.
We have to look at the vendor making the sale.
Uh-huh.
The Jamaica Labour Party have been doing an incredible job thus far.
Uh-huh.
I was listening to Harry the other night, and Harry laid out a foundation of how Jamaica will be able to recover from this catastrophic hurricane that we faced over 2 weeks ago. And Harry talked about the fact that every Jamaican would have to pay back to cover the cost. Harry, if I'm wrong, correct me here, over $400,000 every Jamaican would have to pay back.
Yes.
That's a lot of money. But what am I saying here? In order for the Jamaica Labour Party to continue to do the great work that they're doing under the leadership of Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, it is for everyone to come together, both the JLP and the PNP, and to work in unison with each other. We have observed that the People's National Party have a leader that doesn't seem to work with anyone, not even his own MPs. If you look at it, because there's always war in the camp, and there's always war going on with something or somewhat. Casey just mentioned that they put out a news the other day that over 25 bodies, people died in one constituency. Nobody have seen any evidence of that. That's what I'm talking about, the noise in the market and not looking at the vendor making the sale. Andrew is making the sale. The Jamaica Labour Party is making the sale. I am here abroad, and I can't tell how much and how many people are pouring into Jamaica at this time just to ensure that the government and those in relation to the Andrew's parliament are able to have the resources to facilitate the recovery and the relief process in Jamaica at this time.
Yes, you're right.
The houses that the
Sorry, go ahead, sir.
It is very, hold on a minute there before I lose my train of thought. It is very important to understand that a leader do not lead from behind, but a leader leads from the front, whether that leader is on the island or not. Andrew, I think, went away to Brazil for the COP30 because, yes, Jamaica still have to have a voice there. We just went through a Category 5 hurricane. This is what you're talking about, climate change, the things happen in the Caribbean Basin, the things happen in the Atlantic. Our Prime Minister have to be there. I'm sure the People's National Party have issue with him going over to Brazil. But me as a outstanding, upright Jamaican citizen who believe in democracy, who believe in the work that the government is doing, have no issue with the Prime Minister going over there to lend a voice and to listen to world leaders. Jamaica need all the support it can get now from every world leader. That's how we are gonna build back. Neighbor, and I will say it again, you know I'm from St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth was devastated. And I've been preaching it on here night after night when I come on. We are going to bounce back, but in order to bounce back, neighbor, we need the resources to bounce back and to come back better than before. And if it takes the Prime Minister to go into these countries and these meetings and to let Jamaica voice be heard, then Your Highness have no issue with the Prime Minister doing that. My problem is the people who are looking in and they can't do anything, and they're the ones criticizing, they're the ones tearing down, they're the ones using derogatory statement and kind of want to consume this Prime Minister. The Prime Minister neighbor is doing an incredible job. And I'm sure the panel will agree with me tonight that Jamaica will bounce back better than before. And the places that have been destroyed, like Black River, White House, Hanover, Lucy, Darliston, all these places will build back. It will not build back tomorrow or next week or next year, because you know that even when we're building a home in Jamaica, it takes time. People take their time to ensure that they get their dream home. And some of these people dream home in Jamaica were the board houses that they have labored and built in Westmoreland. That was their dream home. Melissa destroyed it. But guess what? We will build back better than before.
Well, sir, before you go, I see we are.
I'm not going. I'll be here.
Yeah, I see where the Mr. Crawford is saying that the PNP is drafting a plan. Now,
Right.
I would have thought, Your Highness, that with 2 weeks into a major disaster, the alternative government should not be talking about drafting a plan. There should be a plan.
Do you remember last year when they had the election in the United States for the presidency? What did President Trump says?
That
He
there was a
have
concept.
a concept of a plan. It's the same thing like what the People's National Party is saying. They're drafting a plan. There should not be any drafting or conception of a plan. There should be a plan that they should be working with in collaboration with the Jamaica Labour Party. Because when we have these natural disasters, neighbor, it is not one party that should be bearing the load of a natural disaster. It should be everybody coming together. But we know that Jamaica have this crab in a bucket mentality. You don't want me to go up, and I don't want you to go up. So we are pulling each other, and we need to get out of that mentality. I said the other night, neighbor, gone are the days when we are reading the book, The Fat Girl and the Mango. Gone are the days when we are reading the book, I Am Roy, I Am Pam. Gone are the days when we're reading the book, Zachariah Z with big dumpling head. Those days are gone. Those days will never return. In Jamaica educational system, it's 2025 and people need to understand that we need to move with the times. Times have changed, times have evolved, and we need to move with the time. Stop.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
Stop this.
Jack
Stop
fell down and
miscommunication and misinformation about concept of a plan or we are drafting a plan. You should have a plan. 2 weeks now. Where is the plan?
Where is the
Who
plan?
are you working in collaboration with? And that's how we should be looking at it.
Yeah. Hold on there for me, sir. Let me see. Who hasn't spoken yet? Nick, good night, sir. Nick?
Wagwan. I am here. I am here. Good night, sir. All right.
You're live.
So, I am actually listening to Your Highness, and one other thing I want to say to him is this, right? Damien Crawford will never be the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. No way, shape, or form.
No, he never said that.
Hold on. Before you go, hold on. Before you go any further. Hold on. But this is what I'm saying. There are only two governing parties that run Jamaica. It is the PNP and the JLP. And I will tell you this. He will never, even if him form him own party, right? The only party him shall form, right? Is the DC party, which is the Damien Crawford folk group. Him can't form no party in Jamaica. Because one of the things is this. He has a good talk, but if you listen to him keenly, Damien Crawford most of the time, somebody that you will consider to be educated, him not have no sense most of the time. Sometimes some things that come out of my mouth don't make no sense. And I'm going to be very clear on that.
Well,
right?
you know what? You and I are singing the same tune. That is basically what I'm saying. He will never be a leader of no party. I just use the metaphor to say on the other side, but he will never be a leader.
You know, one of the things what I look at as well, right, is that the way how the PMP are behaving, right? Because I have, scroll through TikTok, and this is me, and I must say this: whenever I'm hearing nonsense, I just scroll through, and I'm just gonna move on, right? And one of the things that I hear is just pure lies and no facts. And the thing is this, one of the things that we as Jamaicans has to understand, sometimes when we are on these type of platforms and we are actually speaking to each other, we speak to each other intelligently. what I realize is this: for you to get across to those persons, as what Your Highness say, right? I am a boy, I am Roy. These are the stages that these people are actually at this juncture. And if you look at most of the persons who actually follow the PNP party, that is the direction that they're actually in. It's like you have to start over with them from scratch for them to understand. They are easily misled. What I realize is this: you can come to them and you can tell them anything and they believe. And the thing that I realize with most of the persons and people who actually follow the PNP party, you can come and tell them a lie and they will take that lie and they will run with that lie like it's gospel. And no matter how much you tell them the truth, them don't want to hear that. They want to hear what them want to hear. The issue, I must say, that they have with the Prime Minister is not about the works that the Prime Minister is doing, The issue that they have with the Prime Minister is that the Prime Minister is not giving them what they want at the time in which they want it. Meaning, if them look at the situation that they're in right now, what they want from the Prime Minister is for the Prime Minister to fly over St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and all of these places that were destroyed, to basically come and dash money upon them and tell them, say, yo, ain't some money there. And when them can't get that, that is a problem that they have. This is one of the reasons why, if you listen to how they speak, right? The first thing them do, them jump on social media. The artists, them do this a person do that, and we can't see the Prime Minister, we not see the government, and him wicked and him this and him that. But at the end of the day, I must say this: from I was born until now, this is the first time in history I have ever seen the entire world coming to Jamaica to help Jamaica.
That is it. That is it. Absolutely.
And the thing is this:
Never happened in Ivan.
It never happened in Ivan, right? It never happened in a what the other one, in the last one with them with the face?
Beryl.
No, not Beryl. It never happened at Beryl because Beryl was not that bad, right? But yes, we still did not recover the way we wanted to, but it was not that bad, right? But there was one that happened in 2006. I don't remember if it was Emily or one of them, right?
Oh, we had Gustav as well.
And Gustav, those hurricanes did some damage.
Talking about Dean.
And Dean as well, right? So those hurricanes did some damages, right? And watch this. We have never seen any country come out and say, hey, we are here to assist Jamaica. This is the first in history when we see the entire world come at Jamaica to come help Jamaica. Why? Because Jamaica has been in a light in which people are looking at Jamaica now as a stepping stone. I always tell people this: as much as how Jamaica is an island and a country, Jamaica is a brand.
Yes.
Everybody wants the brand. Everybody wants to be a part of the brand. Everybody wants to be a Jamaican. I've never seen nobody say they want to be a Trinidadian or Bajan or none of them country. Everybody want to be Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to show that Jamaica is now being pushed.
Hold on, Nick. You have recognized this. You are in Jamaica?
Yes, I am in Jamaica.
Okay.
But
you have recognized this. I have spoken about it, that the goodwill or the response to Jamaica is not a goodwill, is not a humanitarian goodwill alone.
No,
a vote of confidence in the leadership of the Prime Minister and the government. That's what you are saying.
Yes, that's what I am saying. And
what Jamaicans are experiencing is an affirmation of leadership. That's what you say.
Yes. Because if you look at it, if you look
in
at
other words, had Golding won the election, the response at this time would have not been as overwhelming as it is.
No, it wouldn't. It would not. Because the representation of the country and the hands in which the country is in right now, that is what people appreciate. Because what they're saying is that if you look at the Prime Minister represents the country very well, right? He's very eloquent in how he presents the country. Look here, I don't see him as a Prime Minister, I don't see. Me see the man as a celebrity, brother.
Obama like fame.
Look here,
Obama life.
look here. The
Obama
man is a
life.
celebrity, bro.
Yeah.
I am being very straightforward. I have never seen a prime minister from the Caribbean island that gets so much popularity like this prime minister right here.
What are you saying to me?
I am telling you, everywhere
Why is
you
that?
go.
Why is that? Why is that, brother? Why is that?
Because if you look at the direction, if you look at at where the country was 18 years ago compared to where it is at right now, right? You realize that Jamaica has been coming from an undeveloped country to a country that is now being developed within a short space of time, right? With these intelligent people that we have leading the country, right? To the point where now people are looking at Jamaica and saying, "No, man, if Jamaica was in the hands of these persons back then, Jamaica would have been a first world country." I am telling you.
Like right now.
Like right now. And this is one of the things that they don't. All right. If you look at how most of the PMP vloggers and how they speak, they do not want Jamaica in that light. Why? Because they have this begging and them feel, yo, if Jamaica should get to that point where Jamaica does not need, right, anybody or depend on anybody, right? Then right then there people tell themselves, listen, Jamaica in a better situation now, only go find work. Most of them that are actually on TikTok every day, them don't want to work. Them just want on TikTok for beg and all of these things. So this issue that they have, and these are the same persons and people come to people in Jamaica. Lie. It is one of the biggest lies in the history of. I can't eat it. It's a big lie.
Hold on.
All right. All right. I'm going to point.
Hold on, sir. Your line is breaking up badly going. We're not hearing. There is someone.
All right. Just give me a minute. Yeah, but you can go ahead, neighbor. You can go and see somebody.
Oh, I see. I see. Hold on.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Take him down for me. His line is bad. It's irritating. My God. Okay.
Are you hearing me now, neighbor?
Nick.
Are you hearing me now?
A little better.
Yes. Are you hearing me now?
I am hearing you.
All right. So what I am saying.
Hold on.
All right. So what I am saying, neighbor, is this, right?
Hold on. Boy, I tell you, it's 23-9. And we should be out of here at 9, but let's see what happens, eh?
Yes. As Nick was saying.
When the money's spent and all my friends have vanished.
Boy, this space here, TikTok. Oh, so many things happening here, eh? So many things happening in Jamaica at this time. So many things are happening. By the way, remember that you say damage, okay? When referring to the hurricane damaged Jamaica. Damages are the claims, all right? Don't make that mistake.
And let me take the time to add to Caroline's voice. Guys, please send donation if it's possible. Please continue to tap the screen. Send some gift. Try to help us reach the live goals.
Absolutely.
We have shown love. Please reciprocate.
And neighbor, as we're waiting on Nick to get his phone sorted out, just remember, neighbor, and to TikTok land that we have a goat in Jamaica, a prime minister who is now the GOAT, the greatest of all times. None before him, and I don't think there is none coming behind him. Right now, he claimed the title of the GOAT, greatest of all time, Dr. the Right Honorable Michael Andrew Holness. Just want to put that out there.
As Nick was saying, the amount of people that are rushing to our shores to help.
Yeah.
It's as a result of the diplomatic relationship that Jamaica has maintained with the world. If you recall, about a month ago, the People's National Party and sections of the media was chastising the government for not joining a walkout. That when some other country walked out on Israel when the Israeli Prime Minister was speaking. And Jamaica Wellness said,
at the United
that's how we
Nations.
do things. If we are not happy with something, we bring both parties together and try to have a meeting.
That is it.
And Israel was one of the first to rush to our aid. And people who are not happy with Israel rush to our, people who walked out on Israel rush to our aid as well. So you don't have to follow. You don't have to follow a friend to make a friend. That's not the way it goes.
But Casey, you just lit the nail on the head, you know. When you say that, when everybody else walk out, right? You realize shortly after that, that's why I tell people God work in mysterious ways. Yes, there are things that are happening over there in which we don't agree with it, right? But that is a political thing that we don't know nothing about, right? We only see it on the news and we don't know where it's stemming from, right? So if the Prime Minister had done that, Israel wouldn't send no aid or no assistance, you know, to the country at no point in time, you know. And this is the thing: the Prime Minister is being diplomatic in every way, shape and form in how he does these things with these other countries. The man don't want to chop off him nose to spite him face. In what way? Right? Because what Jamaicans, because some dons come out and say, him not on the backbone and these things, because them don't know nothing about diplomacy, them don't know nothing about politics. So most of the time when you hear these persons and these people coming out and talking about rubbish, we don't have time for them, because guess what? Them don't know nothing.
Hello, neighbor. I want
Good
to
night,
add
sir.
to
Who
what-
is that? Good night. Good night.
Good night to everybody. I want to say something, but I have to add to what Nick is saying. If you want to know the proof of that, right now, Philippines, I think they're getting a second typhoon. Watch and look at the aid that they get compared to Jamaica. And that will answer your question of what you're saying about aid and the benefits of all these people giving us aid. You can compare their aid to our aid, and you'll see the difference in relationships that we have with other countries. Because as you say, if you don't know how to network, and you walk around and you bex with everybody, and you don't talk to everybody, when you're in a trouble, nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to look at you.
You know, sir,
And it shows, to add to what you're saying, it shows per MP. Look at each MP and who come to their aid. Look at this, the regular, the artists, that come to their aid.
Right.
That to show you that when you are friends with people, when you have certain level of respect, people come to your aid. All these people talking about 28 bank account. You think if Andrew was as corrupt as they claim, all these people that look at him and give him all of those benefits,
listen to
you
this.
think you would get all of that?
Andrew Michael Holness, come on, make some noise. Most honorable, I wanted to first say good morning to you and to let you know that we are praying with you, but not just praying with you, we are standing with you. I want to first give you high commendation for your leadership. Everything that was asked of you as a leader in terms of financial and fiscal reform, you have done it. Nobody is talking about how you reserved over $150 million for your country in case of emergencies such as this.
Isn't that the admiration? Isn't that where it is, sir? Isn't that what the world is?
But that's what we are talking about.
I want to pick up one more person.
Sorry?
I want to pick up one more person. That young lady that speak about 3 or 4 different languages, the foreign affairs lady, Kimani something. She represents us very well. I think it's Kimani. She have short hair.
No, not Kimani. You're talking about John Smith.
You're talking about Kamala.
Yes, that young lady. She represents us very well. Kamina. Yes, Kamina. Yes, I have to give her credit because she represent when she goes abroad, she represents us very well. Very, very well.
But is it what Pastor Smith is talking? Listen to
the most honorable Andrew Michael Holness. Come on, make some noise. Most honorable, I wanted to first say good morning to you and to let you know that we are praying with you, but not just praying with you. We are standing with you. I want to first give you high commendation for your leadership. Everything that was asked of you as a leader in terms of financial and fiscal reform, you have done it. Nobody is talking about how you reserved over $150 million for your country in case of emergencies such as this. That the impact is almost at $8 billion, but you are unwavering in your resolve that Jamaica is going to bounce back. And I wanted you to know that New Birth is standing with you.
The world is standing with Jamaica, not because of Jamaica, but because of the leadership that Jamaica has. Isn't that a fantastic?
But hold on, but neighbor, but neighbor, hold on. But it's the same thing that I just said to you before.
That's it.
I don't see him as a prime minister. The man is a celebrity, an international celebrity. He's an international leader, and I'm telling you this. All of who don't like it, he's going to go down as what your highness said earlier. He's going to go down as the greatest prime minister of all time in Jamaica. I am telling you that. So who don't like it, may I tell you, it a go burn you till you're dead. I am telling you. First, secondly, we have to give credit where credit is due. When you have a leader, right, that has the right backative, such as Dr. Nigel Clark, who is a great representation of one of the best finance minister ever, right? To walk this island, yeah, right? And to make sure, say, yo, to put things in place, right? So that just in case if anything should happen to the country, right? We don't have to be dipping in the pockets of the people. It is already there to start work, bill, and make sure say, yo, the country can get back on its foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't that precisely why wholeness is talk is going to rise, whether people want to. You see, when this is all passed and Jamaica start rebuild, people are going to realize how effective this man has been. Let's go to Marlene. Marlene, you pay. Hold on, Marlene. No, not hearing any Marlene. Don't do that. Hello, hey Marlene. I want to listen to this again because I think it is important.
Andrew Michael Holness, come on, make some noise. Most honorable, I wanted to first say good morning to you and to let you know that we are praying with you, but not just praying with you. We are standing with you. I want to first give you high commendation for your leadership. Everything that was asked of you as a leader in terms of financial and fiscal reform, you have done it. Nobody is talking about how you...
The Jamaican economy is now able to withstand.
Hold on, I think we're Nick, because I think we're getting some feedback.
Hold on, I'll come off and then come back up.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hold on, please. The Jamaican economy is able to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. Hear me tell you? Comrades, somebody's background is...
Turn on the TV.
Is you, ma'am? Go ahead, ma'am.
All right,
Go
good
ahead.
evening, everybody.
Good evening,
everyone.
Good evening.
All right. I'm in a situation here where I call out on the government of Jamaica, a very much so life and death situation.
Would you ask your children to turn down the TV, ma'am? Because I'm not hearing you at all.
Turn on the TV now. Turn on the TV now. Sorry about that, darling. Anyhow, my situation at this point is definitely a life and death situation. My organs at this point are bleeding. I came to the States on a visit. Understand me? Fell sick and I go to the hospital here in New York, 2023 of September. And I was misdiagnosed in a result of a pregnancy loss where remains was left inside of my uterus. causing my organs now to be enlarged. Knowing that, I didn't came here illegally. You understand me? I came
I tell
here
you, I tell you something. I tell you something. Write down this number for me. Do you have a pen?
Hold on. Let me get a pen, please.
Because
Pen
you are
right now.
bringing me information here that I can't verify. So I'd like to talk to you off the air. As a matter of fact, you can talk to the moderator, ma'am, and she will try and see if she can sort this out. But we can't try this case or deal with this case up here at all. We empathize with you if the situation is true, but we'll have to.
I got all my evidence and proof what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
It's not
Hold on. 878-858-9553.
876 858, yes.
9553. So now WhatsApp to that and we get in touch.
9552.
3.
Sir, okay. Okay, 9553. Okay, sir. All right,
And
thank you.
just send a WhatsApp to that, ma'am, and we try and see what we can do, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. All right.
9 minutes to 9 o'clock, and listeners, you need to help us go to 10, okay? Caroline is on the other side of the line, and the listeners are going to help us to go to 10 o'clock, and you know what to do. 876-858-9553 if you're in Jamaica. If you're in the United States, we have a Cash App and we have Zelle. And if you're in Canada, we have e-transfer. You need to talk to Caroline, and let's go to 10 o'clock.
I'll find him next to me.
Next to neighbor is Caroline, Your Highness. Ari, Felicia, well, she's still on. KC on boss.
You have done it. Nobody is talking about how you reserved over $150 million for your country in case of emergencies such as this. That the impact is almost at $8 billion, but you are unwavering in your resolve that Jamaica is going to bounce back. And I wanted you to know that New Birth is standing with you.
Let me start by saying that prayer works, because as our planners and economists look at...
All right, so that lady, we will get in touch with her, you see? All right, ma'am. So 876-858-9553. We'll be in touch with you. All right, please.
But never.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
You know, one of the things though that I always say to people, you see, in everything that we do, we must learn to put God first. One of the things that I realize with most of these vloggers that are coming out and speaking all manner of evil against the country and the Prime Minister, it goes to show that them don't believe in a God, right? And them don't have no vision. I must say this before I forget though. Let me segue a little bit. I spoke to some gentlemen where I work, right? I meet a lot of people on a daily basis. And let me tell you this. Even though the hurricane just happened, I am telling you this, and Jamaica, look out. There are some investors that are coming down, right, to invest in this country. Jamaica is going to be a first world country in a short space of time. Just mark my words. Just remember, said Nick said that, right? Today's what, the 14th or the 15th of November? Just mark my words. And these persons are coming down to invest some serious money in the country. May I tell you that? Because if, you know what them say? Them say, listen, they have never seen an island that is so vastly growing and developing in such a short space of time. If we had great leaders and if we had better leaders, back then Jamaica would have been more than a first world country. So I am telling you, and I think that is the issue that they are having, because one of the things that they're looking at now, if you listen to how most of these PMP bloggers, right, they are speaking, is like, based on where the country is going, one of the things that is hurting them is the fact that the NIR, right, has money in there. That's one. Two, we were about to pay off our debt with IMF. That is also another thing that is hurting them, because when you hear Mark Golden and say we are paying off the debt too fast, me look on it and I'm saying, for somebody that claims that he is in finance, right? Why would you want a debt to be hanging over your head, especially the citizens of the country? Wouldn't you want the country to pay off that debt, and we can now start, spending our own money? Right? But what I realize is this, is that they have an issue, right, with the PM. For some reason, I don't know what the agenda is, because I don't want to put no goat mouth, but we have to watch out for them people here, because based on how they are behaving, right, them want to attempt the life of the Prime Minister, and we have to watch out for them very keenly.
What do you think it is? What do you think the motive here is, sir?
The motive is, neighbor, is the fact that the recognition that the country is getting, that's one, and two, the recognition that the PM is getting, I think is a level of jealousy. It is a great level of jealousy, because, and then I think also is the fact that whenever, if you look at the JLP party, the JLP party is like the party that every time a disaster is coming around, it's like God does put the JLP party in a power to make sure that they control the economy and take care of the country. 88 Gilbert, right? Then you have Dean in 2008, and then you have Beryl in last year, and then you come have Melissa now, and then we had COVID. So all of these disasters and all of these pandemic, right? And then in 2008, right? Then you had the recession period, in which we had Bruce Golding at the time as the PM, right? Who basically took us through that whole recession, in which people are saying that Jamaica never faced a recession at no point in time when the world was facing a recession.
That's so true, Nick.
So it goes to show that the plan that the JLP has for the country, if they had gotten the chance to run the country the way how PJ Patterson got all those years to run the country would have been in a better state. Our money would basically be one-to-one with the US dollars.
I know here Mr. Crawford saying that the PNP needs a little time, because they're coming up with a plan, and they will reveal the plan soon.
But the plan, but how much more time do you want to plan? How much more time you want to plan? You're supposed to have the plan ready and going. It's supposed to be 10 steps ahead. If you want to be a leader and if you want to govern, you're supposed to be 10 steps ahead, just in case if there is a disaster, just like the one we faced 2 weeks ago. You're supposed to have a plan in place to say, all right, cool, this is how we're going to handle it going forward, because we have the means to deal with it. But they never have no plan at no point in time. Everything always in the pipeline. It's like the pipe does always dry. Nothing can come out of it.
Well, Nick, I think they're baffled by not having a plan, being that they didn't get the 50 million to throw at the problems like man up a taboo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That is right.
Thank you
Because
very much.
that is exactly what it is. And a neighbor asked again in terms of regarding Andrew. And I want to bring everybody's mind back to not when Andrew entered politics, but when he got the opportunity to become prime minister. You remember the mantra and everything that was fueled behind him? He was a man for change. He was for the young people. You remember that massive uproar, that significant change in our political circle? And what is happening is that he has kept that flame burning steady, because they thought it would have been 9-day talk. Even after he got his buttocks whipped by Portia Simpson because of premature decisions, the flame still kept burning. It wasn't you pour a little gas and it flame up and then it dead. His flame kept burning, and what he stood for never changed. And that has always been a threat to the existence of the People's National Party. So as long as he's there, and remember I said it the other night, they don't have a problem with JLP and their administration. They have a problem with what Andrew stands for, who he is. And I also ask, what if we remove him would the issue be the same? And the answer would be no. Because every single time they had an opportunity to take a jab at any shortcomings or questionable things by the government, they aim it directly at Andrew and Andrew only. So he is a threat to their entire existence because they cannot stand for the same thing or even come close. They have no leader that has gone. They have no that can bring up people and inspire the level of hope and belief locally, and then also
Go ahead, Harry. Nick phone is giving up feedback.
so they have nobody that can match what he stands for, and that is a major problem for them. Because remember, Andrew has not just captivated the minds of the young people and those who are still here, whether locally and or regionally. We have now gotten a grasp and an attention from the rest of the world so much that we are now makers and movers and
But
shakers.
why are Jamaicans, Harry, not more understanding of this? I think the blind can see that Jamaica now, that I believe that the recovery, Jamaica is going to get a lot more help. I'm talking about in the next phase. We're not going to only get these early phase of recovery help. But I think in terms of the infrastructure, Jamaica is going to get help from the world, sir.
No, definitely, right? And it will only get better because remember, that cat bun, for example, is the first of its kind.
Yes.
It take a little country boy, from one country, from one that on the map, with his team, to show the rest of the world that, hey, regions like this can do this. You think, let me put it plain and straight. You think any and everybody can go put a plan like that in front of the rest of the world and get investors to invest in it?
No.
Well, tell us a little bit about how it works, Aaron. Tell us.
So with it, we'll have a premium that we paid $1 billion each year
in terms
for
of
3 years.
the plan. In terms of the plan itself.
For the cat bond?
Right.
All right. So what it does is
signed by Nigel. Is Nigel designed?
Nigel derive of that with that
yes.
plan.
So
That's what neighbor wants, yeah.
He looked around in terms of the rest of the world. So there was a feasibility study done on it based on the frequency. They took into consideration one of the UN meetings about climate change. I think that was the last one that Trump had spoken something about, right? So Nigel and the rest of the team took that into consideration and went around every time they could get a pitch and say, hey, this is what we're seeing. We have a model. We really and truly, because it was really and truly a gamble for us as the country, but also not a gamble. Here's why I said that. For every time we don't get any damage, the investors smile because they get a return.
Yes.
Right? So for people who don't understand investment, if you want good returns, you have to take a level of risk. Now, bring it into perspective now, neighbor. Remember, we budget $5 billion this year for destruction, for disaster preparedness and so on, right? What is $3 billion spread over 3 years compared to a potential of 24? So if you do the math, it's no longer a gamble for you as a country. Because whether or not you will face some level of disaster, it is imperative.
Very imperative.
And climate change have shown us that we need to find ingenious ways of protecting ourselves. We can't get an insurance nowhere in the world to give us $24 billion. We can't insure Jamaica for that. because no insurance will take it. So what we did, use the bright minds. Remember, Jamaica Labour Party, for the 18 and a half years that they've been out of power, we attracted businessmen, good ideas. They had to know how to survive and be profitable. So every time Jamaica Labour Party does not run this country like it's a NGO, they run it because they want the people to get return. They run it like a real business.
Yes.
And the people get the dividends by the opportunities, the investments that comes out. That is what really happened. So when he went and he finally got the pitch, we had a handful of investors, and that grew. Because what happens in, you look at these persons and people, when I say investors, these are men, women, organization, institutions, that this money don't mean nothing to them. It can lose it and they don't feel anything.
Right.
But the return also is good for them. The PNP not think about that. Remember Bunting laugh at Nigel in Parliament when the table, it was a laughing stock for them. And this is why up to now they have not congratulated Nigel on that move. They don't have to congratulate Andrew and his administration. They could have singled out Nigel, being that he's no longer a part of the administration. They could say, as an IMF man, no, thanks.
A bad mind, I kill them.
But they have failed to do so. And they will never ever acknowledge it. But they want the money to come spend. And with the cat bond, being that it was so new to the world, of course we know you had naysayers and people who are a little bit skeptical. But again, Nigel is a man of numbers, neighbor. I have not. Ardisha was good with numbers, but Nigel make him look like a boy.
Yeah.
Right? And not to put down Favor is exceptional with numbers, you know. And that team, because I always said it, while we need a good face for our finance, you see that team, neighbor?
The team at the
face
finance.
need nothing with. That team is exceptional, neighbor. 1 decade without new tax, and still can organize a cat bond and still increase minimum wage plus increase the threshold.
No, but Harry, that is another point as well, right? Is the fact that these are the things that is actually upsetting them. Because guess what? They were doing things and telling the Jamaican people, oh, this can't work. They might have to add more taxes. This is one of the reasons why Peter Phillips have to hush him out now, because he start to realize, say, oh, listen, based on how these guys are running the country, you know, I can't come out and say nothing. Because if I come out and say nothing, and the people start to look into it and say, yo, but brother, when you were Minister of Finance, you did nothing for the people of the country.
But
so the
Nick,
fact is,
up to this day, we're still paying back the members of DB&G. Because Omar Davis went to them and borrowed at double digits when the rest of the world was borrowing money at single digits. I don't think people remember that, you know. And if it's one thing Ardisha could have talked was that
you are actually putting what we face now in context, Harry, Nick, in terms of the foresight of the administration to have secured Jamaica's future is a monumental achievement that I think deserves credit. The government deserves great credit for.
of course, they should, because guess what? If you look at it, you know, this is the thing. The PNP always want praise and them want people to run back at them and say, yo, yes, they are the best, in which them don't know nothing. Them cannot govern nothing at all. But this is the thing. Because they realize that it is working and they see the evidence, they don't want to acknowledge the evidence. All right, look at it this way. In the history of Jamaica, right? I think Nigel Clark probably the second, right? But if you look at it, throughout the whole entire time from the 90s coming up until 2025, we have never had someone from Jamaica to actually go and work for the IMF and hold a certain position within the IMF. Nigel Clark has done it. And that is the thing that is hurting them, is the fact that nobody from the PNP party has ever done it. They were never being considered to even be a part of IMF because they don't know how to govern a country.
Yeah. How is it, Harry, Nick, Casey, Your Highness, how is it that the party can get the country to appreciate this moment and how effective the government has been in protecting and securing its future, Harry? And I want you to take this question very, very seriously, because I think it is of that importance that here is a group of persons that secured our future, that we can have something in this moment. That those people, Harry, I may go as far as to say they deserve the highest award and the highest accolades.
Definitely, neighbor. But here's the thing, right? The Jamaica Labour Party has never been good storytellers. And this is a moment in history that we have to know how to put things into context and tell the story the right way.
But hold on.
People's National Party is exceptional with that.
I don't want to distract you too much, but here is the international community knowing about this. And our own people don't know about it. Who is failing, Harry? Is it media? Is it the party? Is it the intelligentsia? Who is failing? Why is it that Jamal Barry?
The media and the intelligentsia.
I think people don't know about it, Harry. Or people ought to have known about it. You don't think?
The media is failing us, neighbor.
Well, boy, I tell you.
And the thing about
remember, neighbor, we spoke of how well they integrate, and this is the People's National Party, how well they integrate themselves in society at critical areas, at specific institutions. The Jamaica Labour Party has not done that. And as such, they know how to, even if they're giving you praise, the media knows how to give us backhand praise. Right? So they'll echo something, but they know the agenda is you can't outright and be outlandish on the government. So they give a little tips and then push everything else. They magnify it of all the negatives because they know that is easily spread like wildfire.
Harry,
right?
I can tell you, and I can back this. Mainstream media, with the exception of Nationwide, and I heard it on Nationwide during calls when they're corresponding with the people calling in, and Cliff Hughes online, not on the news. I never hear mainstream media highlighting the fact that Jamaica, as the government has attempted to secure Jamaica's future by placing a catastrophe ban.
They'll never word it like that. They will never ever do it.
The only time I hear about who that? The only time I hear about this catastrophe ban in the media is after the hurricane, when they're trying to insinuate that the government will have $25 billion and there should be transparency and accountability. And there should be real-time audit. And the IC is saying that they are watching. Everybody wants to highlight it now. Nobody highlights it. Nobody in the media come and said, well, kudos to the government for placing this catastrophe ban.
No, but
catastrophe ban in place.
Well, can you see, look at this, the famous songs, I think is Richie Spice or Richie Steve, not Richie Spice. So nobody want to plant the can, but everybody want to raid the barn. That is exactly what is happening.
Anthony B.
And see there?
Yes.
And that is exactly what they want to do.
When I was growing up, Harry, I was born late 80s, I'm not very old, and grew up in the 90s. When I was growing up, not only GIS would highlight what the government is doing, the good that the government is doing. The good that the government is doing was all over JBC and CVMT and then TVJ, then CVM TV. in many programs. In the news, they used to have a section telling you what's going on and give people hope before it fall apart, because whatever Omar Davis used to fall used to end up being catastrophic, like Melissa. But they would give you hope again and again, said the government is progressing by doing this. No, pure negative news on what the government is doing. Pure negative.
Jamaica became the first small country in
Listen to Nigel.
the world, right, to issue independently something that is known as a catastrophe bond.
Jamaica became the first. Think about that, listeners. You are living in a country that was there first to establish a catastrophe bond. You know, criticisms aside, you know, Jamaicans, you don't know how monumental this is to you. You people over there in Westmoreland, in St. Elizabeth, the first country in the world. How many countries are there in the world? And we were the first small developing state in the world to do it. Listen to the man.
We're a small country that is susceptible, vulnerable to natural disaster shocks, i.e., hurricane, tropical cyclone, etc. That if it occurs, can put the government out because it, lots of expenses. Yeah. Now, because we work so hard on rehabilitating our economy, and I want to give you an example of how my real practical experience that really, let me give it. Back in 2016, when Jamaica was about to, allow me this detour, when Jamaica was about to prematurely terminate the agreement with the IMF, it was called an extended fund facility, and enter into a new agreement called a precautionary standby arrangement. And we're moving from, the extended fund facility was 980 million, and the new one was $1.6 billion. It was a big deal. Nobody was expecting it. And that's what made it even a bigger deal, right? The big bosses from the IMF coming down for the announcement, and a little storm began to develop in the Eastern Caribbean. I forget the name of it. Was it Matthew? I can't remember. This is 2016. And this is Jamaica here. And everybody's tracking the storm, the hurricane, and it's doing this. And it is the closest direct hit that Jamaica has had in 30 years. Closest to a direct hit. And we were all convinced that this hurricane was going to hit Jamaica directly. Right? As a result, people from the fund, they packed up, headquarters called them back, left Jamaica. The big announcement was not going to happen. And in that moment, I was not Minister of Finance then. I was Ambassador of Economic Affairs, and I was responsible for the relationship with the multilaterals, and I negotiated this program, this $1.6 billion program. Right? And then it became abundantly clear to me, my God, if this thing had hit, we started to calculate that what we were negotiating couldn't help us. Yeah? And it became abundantly, and it just calculating what the reversal would have been. All the progress made by the previous administration would have gone out the window. And it became very clear to me. And I said, look, if I get the chance, I will never leave Jamaica exposed to the effect of natural disaster again in terms of fiscal exposure, because I came face to face with the possibility of what that would mean. Meaning that over that period, I'm having discussions with IMF about how we would have to upsize what we were about to announce.
It's almost like you have to think measures, countermeasures, countermeasures.
Exactly. Yeah. In the end, thank God, praise God, the hurricane did this, and it went up and hit Haiti. Unfortunately, 800 people died in Haiti. Wow. And that was a hurricane that went all the way to New Jersey and reduced New Jersey to being like a developing country. I think we can all remember that. Yeah. So what we decided to put in place a multi-layered strategy of financial instruments that delivers resources in the...
Harry?
Yes, neighbor. Neighbor, I want you to play back about 10 seconds at the last part of that. The part about New Jersey.
event.
I need the people to hear that part.
Like a developing country. I think we can all remember that.
Yeah.
So, what we decided to put in place about how we would have to upsize what we were about to announce.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to think of measures, countermeasures,
Exactly. Yeah. In the end, thank God, praise God, hurricane did this, and it went up and hit Haiti. Unfortunately, 800 people died in Haiti.
Wow.
And that was a hurricane that went all the way to New Jersey and reduced New Jersey to being like a developing country. I think we can all remember that.
Yeah.
So
there you go, Harry. Jamaicans, this tape needs to be played every day for Jamaicans.
Boy, neighbor, I tell you, if I did have the money, I buy some airtime for all of them stations, you see? And them have to play this every single day, every hour for 24 hours straight.
Harry.
When I tell you that,
go back to what you were saying earlier about the media, about JBC and JIS and all these persons. Let me tell you this. They will never give the Jamaica Labour Party the credit that is due. I don't know what the animosity was back then with them and the party, or who and them in the party, they have some friction. But let me tell you this. I think there is some level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not division, but there's some level of animosity between the party and the media houses. Let me tell you why. If you look at how they structure certain conversation and even the headlines in the paper, right? Them put a headline in the paper, and the first thing when you read the headline is something that is negative. But when you go inside of the paper and start to read it, you ask yourself the question, why would you put such a headline in the paper or at the front of the paper to trigger people? And
especially now when
this is how them work. This is how them operate. You see, the thing is this, let me tell you this, neighbor, Harry, let me tell you this, Casey, let me tell you this. If it wasn't for TikTok, dog, Nyam was supper for the past 10 years, man. Tell you that.
What do you mean by that?
It means that the information we can actually put out there without these media houses to get to the general public. If we were to rely on these media houses, I am telling you, they will spin it to the point to distract the Jamaican people and have the pandemic.
Nick, as much as these media houses are political, you'll have people in the paper that would be fair over time, and the misinformation would not have reached so many people because 400,000 people vote for PNP, and I can tell you that 10,000, less than 10,000 of them would have read a newspaper. Now, everybody is on TikTok, and if people who can't read, learn to read, smartphone and help them spell the word correctly, and them spread misinformation on TikTok. TikTok hurt us more than it helps us.
Well, look at it this way, Casey.
5% of the platforms are platform like this on TikTok. 5% of the panels are panels like this on TikTok. 90%, listen to me, if there was no TikTok, we would have been better off. That may be an unpopular opinion still, but that's my opinion, and I think that's a fact.
No, but Chuck, but Casey, I hear what you say, but I have to disagree. Let me tell you why. Chuck said it better last night. We need more advocates to go out there, right, and to basically protest, right, a peaceful protest to make people understand what the government is doing, right, and the direction in which the country is going. And the thing about it is this, remember, you see the ones that are actually on TikTok, we need more people like Neighbor and Chuck and these persons to be on TikTok for come out there, because what I realize, people who follow the Jamaica Labour Party are very intelligent. Me not ask you, are very intelligent.
And those people would read newspaper.
Right. So the fact is, we need more persons, right, to basically start platforms, right, and put out information out there right? If you can't do it by writing, right? We need to do some audio and put the voices behind it so people can understand. Because whether you like it or not, the message will get across. And the thing is this, what the media houses do, right, is the fact that the media houses will come out and say, yo, look on, all right, for example, the whole 28 bank account thing. You realize what everybody does run with it? All of a sudden after election, 28 bank account dead. Now them jump on the whole catastrophe now where happening now. Them are jump on it now. They say, how the Prime Minister, watch this, Jamaica has never had an insurance before, And the fact that the Prime Minister come out and tell you, say, listen, we took out an insurance, right, just in case of a disaster, right? All of a sudden people might say, why the money takes so long? Why the money can't let go now? The Prime Minister thief and all of these things. And the question I want to ask these persons, if you meet in an accident today, will you get that insurance money tomorrow?
Yeah. But Casey, isn't this the biggest story of coming out of the flood that Jamaica had an insurance?
Pardon me?
Isn't this the biggest story coming out of Melissa that somehow Jamaica put in place a buffer, some shock absorber?
For some reason, the part of the story that made the rounds and got big is the part that said we are supposed to get $25 billion and we want transparency and accountability and real-time audit because we don't trust what the government is going to do with it. That's the spin. Nobody said kudos to the government for putting up this cat ban.
Yes.
Nobody. Nobody. I don't know how you're able to spin everything good somebody does and make it as if it's bad. And listen to me.
But hold on, Harry. But them could have whole conference. They say them want $50 million though. As soon as they meet about the insurance money.
No, before that was not from the insurance money. And I will be one of the first to say this is going to be unpopular as well. Nothing was wrong with giving them 50 million because 50 million won't do it. It will take more than 50 million. The thing is, you can't just jump up and give 50 million and don't know what they're going to do with it or don't trust them. And you, as the opposition, need to come and have a meeting with the Prime Minister and say, we think, say, each MP should get about 50 million. Instead of go on say that in a press conference to make it look as if you're giving the Prime Minister directive as if you're government and not opposition. Even if I wanted to grant 50 million, I wouldn't grant it. I would even grant it on a phase-by-phase basis because this was a political ploy by Mark Golding, and the Prime Minister cannot let it play out how he wanted to play out. The thing with the PNP, they want to lead the orchestra. And there's a saying said, if you want to lead the orchestra, you must learn to turn your back to the crowd. So you want to be in front of the camera doing all the theatrics and at the same time saying, we are not the one with the money. We are not the one spending the money. So if anything goes wrong, it's not us. Yet still you want to direct how much money is spent and give directives as to who gets it to spend and where it is spent. No, sir.
Yeah. Let me hear from Chuck. Scratchy has joined. We're coming to you, Scratchy. Good evening, Mr. Finley.
Good evening, neighbor. Apologize, my background might be a bit noisy, but just bear with me.
Mr. Finley, the world has recognized Jamaica, the recovery of our economy, the fact that Jamaica has a cat bond. Mr. Finley, this is the biggest story in my view coming out of this and a ringing endorsement of your government, Mr. Finley. I have to say, Chuck, that this Jamaica Labour Party government has rescued Jamaica. No doubt about it.
There's no question about it. No question about it. But there are those who will do everything in their power. Sorry. There are those that will do everything in their power
to never give that credit to Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party.
Why is it such a secret now, though? Because you see, those people down in Westmoreland, Chuck, they better understand that long before the storm hit, the government had the foresight to plan for it. What a fantastic move!
It's one of the best moves Jamaica has seen to secure our finances since independence. We have been going through this hurricane season from the devil was a boy. And we have never had any level of cushion put in place. Hurricane come, as Nigel said, we cancel the road project, then we cancel the hospital project, and we're going to fix our breakdown. For the first time, we actually have one of the largest hurricane on record. And we don't have to derail any of our capital projects because the monies, we have a little cushion that was put in place. But as I said, neighbor, why isn't this the biggest story coming out?
Yeah.
Because if this was the biggest story coming out, they would have to give credit to the Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness. And as I said, there are those who will never do that, even when the evidence is sitting in front of them. Said this man is a visionary leader. They will never give that credit, neighbor. They note every press conference, the journalists or the so-called journalists from TVJ Greener asks about one thing: money, 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 chance accountability, and that is what is putting things in people's head. You know, what journalists always ask about accountability, so something was wrong. That is the mind game that they are playing with the Jamaican people. So even though the government would have scored this win to get up 5 years ago and say we are going to invest in a bond in case we have a catastrophe, and now that it has come to pass, that is not going to make the headline. We are going to talk about transparency because that alone can put a doubt in a people's mind. Now, I'm asking this question about transparency, neighbor. Mark Golden and the PNP has opened a portal of their own to receive gift for hurricane relief. I don't see anybody asking for transparency about the money that they are getting. Because they are receiving donation. The PNP is receiving donation. I don't see any journalists. I don't see Jackson Miller. That is Jamaica's money. That is Jamaica's money for relief. Who is auditing it?
Yes, I don't see Dean Jackson Miller asking about transparency up at 89 Old Hope Road. But every press conference she go, she want to know about the money. How it I go spend? Who I go watch it? Who I go count it?
Yeah,
but it is one side. I see the Gleaner this morning with a headline: pregnant and homeless. Expectant mother faces due date in cramped minivan amid devastation in Westmoreland. And a lot of people look at this and say, "Oh my God, it moves your heart." The fact of the matter is, the Gleaner not playing on people's emotions here. You gone?
And I'm here.
Yeah, is the Gleaner not playing on people's emotions here? Is this not? Well, this is a. What do you think of that?
Yeah, but I just say it is simple, playing on people's emotions. Going in these places, finding the worst cases, and putting the worst cases on the and headline. That is how they operate. Because neighbor, this thing is about it's every step they take, every page they print, every word they type is about finding a way to embarrass the government.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. The lady is pregnant and was pregnant before the storm. That's all.
Before the storm.
And her pregnancy is not as a result of the storm, but her flight is go ahead.
It's not just that, neighbor, but there are active shelters in Westmoreland where this lady can go to a shelter and be treated better than living in her car. She can go park her car at a shelter. Shelters are equipped with everything she needs.
If I have a minivan, I'm not going to any shelter.
If I want to stay in my minivan, I stay in my minivan. Her minivan must be comfortable. Not everybody can afford a minivan. The lady is in a minivan. And the cleaner don't want her to be in the minivan. The cleaner is the oldest newspaper company in Jamaica. And maybe the richest. The cleaner shouldn't leave the pregnant mother there and attend it. The cleaner should say, we are doing our part in Hurricane Minister, Melissa, and take that pregnant mother and transport her to Andrews Hospital and pay her bill and show that they're doing their part.
I would ask this neighbor, in anywhere reading that story, as Casey said, would the glean have indicated that they point that lady anywhere closer to assistance?
I just want to know, what is the purpose of whose phone is that?
That's not a phone, neighbor. Remember, I'm at work.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. What is the Gleaner trying to communicate to Jamaica by putting this on the headline? What is the purpose of the story? We had a hurricane.
I'm going to move the Gleaner bubble here. All right. These headlines get more and more prevalent since there's no social media. Because these papers aren't selling now. So the Gleaner is trying to make profit through social media. And the Gleaner have about 17 PNP bloggers. I know their name. And every time they put up a headline like this, one of those PNP bloggers comes and make the first 3 posts under it and then spark a conversation. Then they have thousands of comments and negative comment.
Right.
Yes. So it's a job. That's how they have been doing it before Melissa, and they will do it after Melissa. That's how they go to work.
Well, I want my listeners to understand what is at play here, because it's not that the Gleaner is highlighting the woman. For the fact of the matter is that there was a hurricane. There are going to be pregnant women who would be affected. You can't expect one whole party.
And since they have member of part, they have the why don't they said what about the councillors in this division for where this pregnant lady is, or the member of parliament? Why don't they highlight that?
Yeah, I mean, you are
Casey, you're out of order, man. You couldn't be that presumptuous to say it is the councillors and MP's job. Andrew are in the country. Everything happened to Andrew. So how can you come and say that, no, man?
Then again, you know, the prime minister delivers so good they maybe think he's a midwife.
Well, I can tell you, would be a good midwife in a midlife crisis right now.
She's due to give baby November 19th. This woman should be checked into the hospital. But I don't understand. We are at the 14th. What is Jamaica to say about a pregnant woman? You know, yeah, what is that? Come on, man. Well, anyway, it's one of those things. Anyway, Mr. Finley.
Well, we better take care of it, because the baby is a labor, because nobody now born now, no young people now vote for PNP.
All right. I lost Scratchy. Did I lose Scratchy?
Yeah, and I think Gustav was here. I don't see him either.
A lot. I don't know. They
also have poor connections tonight.
But seriously though, Harry, if I may bring you back in, this is a massive accomplishment of the government to have secured Jamaica. And Harry, although you pointed out the enormity of the expenditure the other night, this $25 billion can push us forward, Harry. It can kickstart things, eh?
It can do a thing, neighbor, but I want to take the opportunity to say, in the good words of a former politician from the opposition, It's chicken feed compared to what we need for the now.
It's a chicken feed.
It's pure chicken feed compared to what we need, neighbor. And we'll crunch the numbers and we'll show the people the numbers.
Yeah.
But I don't think with what Nigel said, neighbor, in the recording, I think it's going to fly over a lot of persons' head. The part that he says a natural disaster can actually threaten the existence of our government.
Wow. Yeah.
People need to, your country is threatened, neighbor.
Yeah.
And that is that is like us versus the imperative disasters. I think it's no different from sending warriors to war without anything.
No, can you help me with that? Because I'm not hearing him at all.
You hear me now, neighbor?
Let's see. Hold on there, Harry.
It's in and out.
You're in and hold on.
Neighbor?
Yeah.
I wanted to first say good morning to you and to let you know that we are praying with you, but not just praying with you. We are standing with you. I want to first give you high commendation for your leadership. Everything that was asked of you as a leader in terms of financial and fiscal reform, you have done it. Nobody is talking about how you reserved over $150 million for your country in case of emergencies such as this. That the impact is almost at $8 billion, but you are unwavering in your resolve that Jamaica is going to bounce back. And I wanted you to know that New Birth is standing with you.
There you have it. Ringing endorsement from a popular pastor in the United States of America. The world is looking on and seeing how well our government is doing here, and we are down here running around and running up our mouth. Ridiculous, I can tell you. It's amazing. Harry, I wasn't hearing you. You want to come back in?
You hearing me a little better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that it is no different, in all honesty. I want to paint the picture to the people that this nation versus the catastrophes that will come, that the natural disasters that will come, would be like you sending out your soldiers to war without any weapons. That is how much of an armor this cat band is and has been and will be for our development and recovery going forward.
Yeah.
And people need to understand the magnitude of that. Think of, we'll never have the 24 billion, right? What would have happened to us fiscally? Where would we get the money? At what interest rate would we have to be borrowing? Remember, I know we're trying to pay down this debt and get it non-existent, right? You do understand that now we probably would have to go back to the IMF without having a leg to stand on.
Yes.
So whatever the negotiating terms are, that's what we would have had to agree with.
Yes.
But the NIR, the hard work that the government have put in, ensure that we're not only at the table, but we can give suggestions. We can be innovative.
But Harry, it's not only about the cat bond. It's about the macroeconomic stability that Jamaica is enjoying. The fact that our debt to GDP is below 70%, almost nearing 60%. People need to understand, Harry.
Neighbor, we keep mentioning the cat ban, but the cat ban is not the only cushion we have in it. Let's not forget, we have the Caribbean disaster insurance scheme where we pay into. Not to mention, for the first time locally, the government have a little savings account put down of over 300 million
That is what we are using now for the disaster response. Remember, we not get no money from nobody yet, you know. Not even the support Jamaica that money does start spending it, you know. It's a little disaster saving where we put on the same money. Where my goal in disaster, give it to the people, make them feel good. That is the money we are spending now. So a 3 level of protection was put in place for this very reason. But as I said, nobody will speak about that because it doesn't fit their agenda. It doesn't fit the wicked government that they like to tell people about.
At the end of the day, neighbor, as you were pointing out, the star of the show is our economic management over the last 2 years. Because when this little catback money done, this little Caribbean insurance scheme money done, because them can build 20,000 house.
Yes.
Now them can build back infrastructure damage. It will be the government of Jamaica finding ways to boost this economy and continue to let it grow. Double production in some parishes that aren't affected. Continue. I bet you Jamaica will not postpone their debt payment. I bet you the economy will roll on as it's going.
And there may not be any new taxes.
And there will be no new taxes, and there will be an increase of $2,500 in minimum wage come April.
Don't forget the threshold.
No, the income tax threshold set already. It will go to 1.9.
No, remember, it's supposed to be increasing over the period.
Listen me, neighbor. The greatest thing we have done, let me explain to people. You owe neighbor, and you have to pay neighbor. You have to be paying neighbor 50,000 per week when your pay is only 30,000. Then now you negotiate with Caroline and say, Caroline, I need some money. I need you to bail me out. I can't. Neighbor is too strict. I can't manage neighbor's payment. So you get some money from Caroline and you did owe neighbor $1 million. But you might ending up owing Caroline $2 million, but now you're only paying Caroline $20,000 per month. So that leaves you a lot more to spend and run your business and run your family. And I'm just explaining how the debt exchange went. And a lot of people are not talking about the debt exchange under Bruce Colin and Audley Shaw. It's the only thing that help us to survive that time. And we now, with a strong shock resistant economy, have put ourselves in a position where we can negotiate with the IMF. This is the first time we can go to the IMF, and it's not a bad thing, because based on our strength, our record, we can negotiate the cheapest debt.
Casey, correction.
And have the best debt. We can do another debt.
Casey, one correction.
Yes,
Casey, we are in a position now where the IMF is coming to us. We are not going to them. They are coming to us.
Exactly. We can accept another debt exchange paper, which will make things even more silky smooth for our economy.
So what you are saying there to me, Casey, that even with 40% of the economy now basically not producing, tourism down, such is the resilience of the economy that Jamaica may not even have to postpone its debt. It will continue its programs.
Jamaica will not even postpone none of its social programs, neighbor.
My goodness.
Earth will be paid as they were paid. We will still have free health care, free tuition. We will still give tuition and auxiliary grant.
And at the same time, help our people to reconstruct and
Yes,
build back
and
their
we
lives.
might still be able to cut interest rates some more.
And also still be able to welcome the rest of the world through tourism neighbor, because remember, you know, December 15 is coming for the peak season.
What are these guys telling me? Casey,
and I bet we keep our NIR as it is.
Not even that we are going to have to touch.
No, we will see the benefit of the great management of the economy. And remember, we have been through a pandemic.
By the way, let us see. Gavin, are you going to be joining? And Richard, hello, Gavin. Good night, Gavin. Good night, Richard.
To unmute. Gavin and Richard, could you please unmute?
Oh, he's gone.
Gavin,
are you there?
Let me take the opportunity, guys. Please like, share, everything, repost, because we have to keep the program going, right? I just taking over a little from Caroline in this way, because she's been working really hard all week.
Oh, don't worry, Harry. You have all of December to do it.
So, guys, just do the right thing. Also, subscribe over to the YouTube channel as well for Neighbor. So, just do what you must do. And come in at the chat as well.
Chat. Yeah.
Neighbor?
Daphne
Neighbor?
has a birthday tomorrow. Wow. Oh, Daphne.
Yes, tomorrow will be her birthday.
Happy birthday when it comes. Is that man on Gavin? Are you there, Gavin? No. He's not.
Gavin, unmute your mic, please.
No. He's not there. Put your YouTube. Okay. No. We'll figure that out. All right. Oh, okay. Happy birthday when it comes, Daphne. We have little time left, Harry, Casey, Chuck. But I think the fundamental point that we are making tonight is very critical, that such is the Jamaican economy, that in the worst disaster it has had, we are still able to carry on with our programs. Wonderful. Why, I tell you something. Those are you out there that are criticizing and having such negative things to say. You are not making much sense. You're not making much sense. As a matter of fact, you are being dishonest. You are being dishonest. Harry, final thoughts?
I want to make a cry and a plea as well to Minister of Education, Neighbor, because I think I see the problem why people don't understand what is happening. I think we need to bring economics, let it be mandatory throughout school, because I realize this conversation does not happen at the ground level. People think it's for the upper echelons of society to have this conversation, when economics is our day-to-day. It has a day-to-day impact on us, but we don't have these conversations at all. So I want to make it, I don't know how they're going to do it when we're restructuring the curriculum, if we can make it mandatory, because we need to have these conversations going forward. Let people understand even the basics, so we can move the nation forward properly.
The problem, Harry, is not about teaching economy. The sad truth of the reality we face in Jamaica is that when you go there until the squeaky wheel get the grease. The dunce among us are the loudest. We have 80% of Jamaicans are brilliant persons, but the 20% are louder than the 80. The 20% are louder than the 80. And that is the problem. Yes.
And Chuck, don't go. I know this is a closing remarks, but don't go. And that's one of the points I've been trying to make why our voter apathy is where it is, and why the opposition party gets so much vote. Because a large percentage of who follow the PNP always vote, because the most illiterate people vote. They are the loudest. They love the politics. But a lot of people that will be on this panel from time to time choose to join this platform. 80% of us don't go to the polls. We don't voice our opinion in the way that matters. And that's what Chuck is saying. So it's not like everybody wants to misinform. It's the people with the misinformation are the loudest.
Fantastic.
Very so.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the problem we face. The 80% need to start getting louder.
A question in the comments. I don't want to let the people think we're not responding to them or we don't respect them. God Riches on me ask if say Casey Burchell is loud. Is she dunce? No, Nikisha Burchell is not dunce. She's intellectually dishonest. You are the dunce one that carry the message that he tried to send for political mileage. And then you're the type of person Chuck just spoke about, like the loud ones that come here and try to make an argument when we're having a reasoning. We're trying to reason.
Okay,
So,
Casey.
That is not done.
Casey, can we hear from Thomas, please?
Yes.
Hold on, one sec before Thomas. Let me say this, Casey, about the same Nikisha Burchell. You see, Nikisha Burchell and people like those, as Casey said, they're intellectually dishonest. They know better, but they pander to the lowest form. Well, yes, they pander to the low. You see, the kind of person that she's pandering to, that she speaks to when she's getting loud, is not the kind of person that she will sit down and have a drink with. It's not the kind of person that she will invite to a party.
Exactly.
But they will pander to them to get the vote, because those people, you don't have to say a lot, you don't have to promise them a lot, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go on the stage and make noise.
Yes, and for the
jump
carry message like this one is doing.
All right, Thomas. Hello?
Thomas needs to unmute his mic.
Okay. Probably he doesn't even realize that he's up here. I wonder. You have spoke to him on. It's a fantastic week on this program. We tried our best. We tried our best to bring the information to you guys. I tell you this, as we're coming off the air, you have a government that cares for you, and you have a government that is obviously working in the best interest of Jamaica.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, neighbor. Big up yourself, Chuck. Harry.
All right, good man.
Caroline, stay as beautiful as you are.
We're gonna get better, you know. We're gonna get better. We're actually looking at some production issues, and I'm gonna ask you, listeners. Let me tell you something. Work with we. We're looking at some production issue. Improving the production for the program. We're gonna need Starlink, and we're gonna need a generator. We're just warming up. You see, we're gonna get better at this. Yep. So we're gonna ask you to jump in and send us something to assist with that. We want to start in next week. We want to improve production, okay? We want to bring you some first class production show. We want to improve what we have been doing for you. and we want to do that next week. So look out for some changes, and great show. One name on the chat with Caroline. So we're gonna need some help. You hear?
You know, baby, my life.
KC and Scratchy and Caroline and Harry.
I need you, baby.
Okay, yeah, man, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it.
Never leave you.
So we're trying to bring in Starlink to help us. But we want to travel into the affected area, not to bring out the worst stories, but we want to go into Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth and bring out some of the best stories and show you how the government is assisting to transform people's lives.
Neighbor. Before, I know we're wrapping up now, but I just want to say before we go, that boy, I tell you that TikTok land is full of misinformation, brother. TikTok land is so full of misinformation, you know? I kind of jumped off the live to go assist with a phone call that I was getting from the bank. But when I came back on, I was listening into a live, and I'm telling you, it's all PNP supporters. And I tell you, the misinformation over there, I just had to shake my head. Shake my head and said, whoa, now I know why Jamaica is so divided. Because people are not giving correct and authentic and information. People are just being fed with misinformation, and it is so bad for the country.
I think I saw past that live, Your Highness. I think it's this guy named Noel, where I think this the guy that used to be on Nationwide, the Borno's one.
Yes,
what's his name?
Noel.
Yes, but the guy that's always on his panel that used to be on Nationwide that they fired, the Borno's one. What's his name, Kerry?
They call him and the one they call
the one that's on the panel, man. This guy that
man, we call him Crableg, Indian Triple X. Crableg.
Triple X. Oh,
Crableg.
that one. I saw him picture that he was arrested for some cookie stealing, calling the Prime Minister thief. How can you be a registered thief and calling the Prime Minister thief?
KC, I'm telling you, the misinformation out there is unbelievable.
Yes.
Neighbor, listen up. Continue to do what you're doing and give out real, authentic information, credible enough that people can listen to and know where the country is heading.
Yeah, we want to do that.
It's a pity I cannot be in Jamaica when you're going into the parishes next week to give a helping hand and some support.
Well, I don't know that we can go next week because we have to bring in the Starlink and some improved we want to work on production. So the technology.
I'm trying to come down to Jamaica.
Yes, neighbor.
Sometime in December.
Another thing, neighbor. I want to tell you, let the people on the live here, because I think the people are flooding particular places. I think when we start to travel, we should go over to Trelawney, over to Mamadi, and over to Tova. Yes. They are devastated, and government reached them, but people haven't reached them in numbers like they have reached the other parishes.
Yes, absolutely. So this is what we are planning to do, but of course we are hampered by resources, and that's just the truth. So if you want to help us, please, you can talk to Caroline. Kevin, you're gonna send it.
I'm gonna ask again, and I'm pleading for the farmers in St. Elizabeth.
Yes.
Don't know what we can do for them, how we can be able to assist them. But without
one of the things that is on the government.
The farmers will be the most taken care of everybody, yes. Especially in
good.
One other thing that is on the list, if you go up on the support Jamaica, that seeds, assorted seeds is there. So we know, so we get that in several packages that come. We have whole heap of seed that come. Listen to me, guys. This is the list of stuff that the government requested in aid package is extensive and it is wide ranging. I don't know, 1 or 2 something. I know just canned goods alone and generator we beg, you know. If you go to a look on the list, it is a thought out list of what we're going to need. So the shipment the boys we are coming in here and people we are listening. I not just canned food and rice and flour. There are stuff in it to get back our farms going, irrigation supplement, feeds, gardening tools. All of this is there because the request was not something where how we come up. It was a thought out list of requests and we get in there.
And Chuck, I hope it will reach the hands of those in need of it.
It always does under this government.
Good.
All right, I think
I have no doubt with Andrew Wallace at the wicket. I have no doubt.
Awesome. Greatest of all time.
Good night,
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, night to the panel. KC, Chuck, your Highness, and Caroline. Big up everybody in the truck. I'm here, neighbor. I went on the road, neighbor, and I tried to come back in time to come on, but I see one person I stop and I see another person I stop and I just get caught.
Let's start the groundwork, neighbor.
Well, I'm here and listen, man. What's up? Everything all right? I know you're chip out.
Yes.
Just come for big up everybody. As a KC, don't worry about Triple X KC, man. That man is a disc jockey, and that man go get the chance to go to a college and go study nursing, you know. So the man the last and I know where he want to feel in this. I mean, he'll be a disc jockey and go study nursing.
Who is that?
Triple X, where disrespect the Prime Minister. Remember that guy with last and I know what he really want.
You know, there's a lady on here, Daphne, it's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Daphne.
One more year.
The signal here singing happy birthday, my friend.
1 more year pandem. 1 more year pandem, Daphne. Next year you do it again in Daphne. Big up yourself. Happy birthday, my friend.
Big up yourself, Daphne. Every night today.
She's coming up to sing happy birthday, but
today's my niece. Today's my niece's birthday also, you know, so Daphne band for good day. Today's my niece's birthday.
Fantastic, great.
We've been here, neighbor. We've been here 9 months now. When are your birthday?
My birthday, sir?
Yeah, we've been here 9 months now, neighbor. I don't hear you talk about a birthday. When is your birthday?
Next month. I was born in the best month of the year, sir, December.
Okay, because I've been here 9 months and I never hear you talk about birthday.
I have December and January, Scotchy.
Exactly, KC. Exactly.
Yeah, my birthday is next month, so what a day that's gonna be. All right. So as we go out tonight,
neighbor. Another thing we didn't notice, because of the catastrophe, there will definitely be no JLP conference. I don't think the Prime Minister will turn his attention to any politics. So JLP conference is definitely off this year.
Oh wow.
Okay. We can't keep it, you know, just bring it to the West.
Harry, what do you think about
I think the mass part might be put out, but I definitely expect KC from the party level and the executive level. I would expect some smaller thing, but I think maybe for a mass rally they might put up.
I think they will feed the egos of the propagandists. They will find something to say if we have a conference. I think the Prime Minister will say, look, forget about the conference this year. We can meet if we want to meet in private.
KC, what I'm saying, you know, and Scratchy can bring it to to Belmont Road. When I can have the conference, man, just make it all the way pack up and go down our west. We can lend a helping hand them time there, and show them that is how the Jamaica Labour Party do it.
Now I get what you're saying, Harry.
That would be a good idea, Harry. That's a good idea.
The Jamaica Labour Party conference, we want all Labourites to come to the Western parishes and give a helping hand. One Sunday in November. I think the Prime Minister could make that move. And we want to help out in the PNP constituencies and every constituency. We agree if you want. And we use the non-government resources.
Hi, Jody K. Hi, Jody K. Wow, you're born December. Let's drink. Raise your glass.
That let it look like something bad, Harry.
Man, it's very, very simple, man.
Great idea, Harry. Great idea, Harry. Great idea, Harry.
And we can make it very easy. The party promoters, them love use this admission free. We can say admission bring a care package.
We'll go down there with beer, shovel, and barrel and cutlass.
I was saying, I'm hoping we meet tonight's live at least. The live goals.
Actually, no. But we were able to get the tap, so we are grateful nonetheless, huh?
A win is a win.
Yes. Harry, I hope you have a great weekend. Your Highness, thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. We'll be here again Sunday at 4 p.m.
Thank you so much. All right, neighbor, God bless. See you Sunday.
Respect. Bye-bye. To close out this week, been a great week. Lots of resting on our shoulders to continue to put out the correct information, eh?
Of course, but neighbor, it can't be anything else.
It's important that we continue to communicate with our listeners and let them understand that this is a national project. That's more than you and I. It's about what Jamaica is becoming and what type of society we want to build.
That's correct, neighbor.
Yeah. And it appears as if more and more we are recognizing that the democracy, if not buttressed by programs like this, could be very much threatened. Appreciate your support and your help, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday too.
Of course. Have a great weekend.
You too. Take care of yourself.
All right. Have a great
Bye-bye.
weekend, everybody. Daphne, happy birthday tomorrow. We'll see you all again on Sunday.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. See you on Sunday, all right? Have a great weekend.